Modern design trends feature the timeless look of exposed brick interior walls. An exposed brick wall immediately creates a focal point for any room. With thin brick, it is easier than ever to have an exposed brick accent wall in your interior space. In this video, we show you how to install a thin brick veneer wall on a flat interior wall. A variety of substrates are suitable, including concrete block, foam backer boards, and cement backer boards. For this video, our installation will be over green board drywall with taped seams. We have primed the wall to prepare it to receive the brick. Before you begin your installation, take some time to lay it out dry. Avoid small cuts at openings and edges as much as possible. The ideal installation has nothing but full pieces and half pieces, although this is not always practical. Attach a straight, level board at the bottom of your wall, just above the floor, to create a horizontal surface and provide a secure starting point for the wall. Use screws so that it can be easily removed before finishing the installation. Before putting on the brick, wipe the wall down with a damp sponge. In this video, we will attach the bricks with thin-set mortar and will grout them once the mortar is set. Use a thin-set mortar designed for large and heavy tiles. These mortars are formulated to keep the bricks in place until they set, instead of sagging under their own weight. Follow manufacturer's instructions for mixing the thin-set mortar. The Lexington blend we are using is a mix of colors that are sorted at the factory, but it is still a good idea to mix bricks from several cartons before applying to make sure you have a random blend. Apply mortar to the wall with 1/2 inch square notched trowel. Embed the bricks into the mortar with a back and forth motion. Use spacers to create the proper spacing between each brick. We are using 3/8 inch dowel rods cut at 3-inch lengths for this video. The spacers will also keep the bricks from sliding down the wall before the mortar cures. Measure the cuts and use a wet saw to cut bricks as needed. A tile or masonry blade and a slow cutting speed will minimize unwanted chips. Wipe the cut pieces dry before installation. Bricks are typically installed with a 50% offset. Although most installers go layer by layer, using a pyramid approach working with several layers at once can minimize obvious patterns. Keep adding bricks as you work your way up the wall. Pay close attention to spacing and the brick layout. Remove any excess mortar from the surface as you go. When the mortar has completely hardened, remove the spacers. Remove the horizontal board. Cut pieces and back butter with thin set to fit bricks in the gap at the base of the wall. For our installation, we will use the grout float method, as you would for most ceramic tile installation. But before we begin floating the wall, let's talk about another method for grouting the joints, using a grout bag. If you do not want any grout in the voids in the brick surface, you can use a grout bag. Notice the difference. Once the grout has cured to the point where you can touch it without sticking to your fingers, it can be tooled into a final shape. The bagged joint can be finished in a variety of ways. You can use a margin trowel for a flush joint, a rake tool for a raked square joint, or a jointer tool for a concave joint. Many thin brick installations use a concave grout joint, but other popular joints are raked and flush. Note that this mock-up has been done using a concave jointer tool and has corner pieces. Corner pieces are available if needed to complete an installation and add the look of a full brick. When using corners, they should be back buttered with mortar to ensure full contact. Now back to our wall. Before grouting with a float, use a shop vac to remove any dust from the wall. Sealing the brick with a penetrating sealer or a grout release product before grouting will help with cleanup. Be careful not to get sealer into the grout joints. Be sure to follow sealer manufacturer's instructions. Mix the grout per manufacturer's instructions. Float the grout into the joints, filling them as you would any ceramic tile installation. Remove as much excess grout as you can with a tile float. Then continue cleaning with a sponge and clean water. Be careful not to remove grout from the joints. Grouts can vary. It is important to follow grout manufacturer's instructions for applying and final cleanup of grout. With a little forethought and time, add the beauty and classic look of brick and transform any space around your home or office.